1.
This is Mike with What's the Verdict TV show. I'm here in my office talking to three outstanding young men, or should I say unique and outstanding young men. We actually met downstairs in the lobby, and I popped a unique question to these guys, so we thought we'd bring it up here and talk about it. But before we get to that question, let me introduce to the guys, and we're just going to do a conversation right quick. To my right here, I got Dominique. Say hi, Dominique. Then I got Jamal, represent Jamal, whoop, whoop, my son name. Then I got Spencer. And Spencer, I got to watch Spencer a little bit there. Spencer's the one that's either going to be real rich or in a whole lot of trouble. We'll come back with that. Now I'm giving you a hard time. All right, guys, we was talking downstairs, but before we get to the question I talk about, let's talk about sex. You guys are in college. I think each of you guys respected in your college, anywhere from UT, University of Denton, someone is in Texas A&M, someone is in physical training school. So you guys are encountering females. So my question is, y'all having sex? I got to say it on camera, but you ain't got to lie to me neither. Now, the question we talked about off the air was about abortion. And one of you guys made a comment about abortion, that it would be okay if it was with a young lady or a girl that you was not planning on having a future with. So I'm not going to ask who want to start, but feel free for all you guys to jump in. I mean, if you got a girl, I'm going to put it in cornbread language. You got a college party, got your drink, and she decides she want to go to the closet for about 10 or 15 minutes. You forgot your little strap up, and then a month later she's pregnant. Is that okay to abortion the baby? Wow, everybody quiet.
It is not okay to do that because you're in no position to take a life away. Like, you're never in any position to take a life away from anybody unless you God. And I'm not God, so I'm not a fan of abortion.
Really?
I'm not.
So you think, I mean, just because it's a quickie, you feel it's better that you have an 18-year responsibility with the child and a female that could potentially be a psycho? It's just there's a risk you took. I mean, let's keep it real.
Yes,
you praise the women.
It's a risk,
right?
I took. I made the decision to lay down with that woman, so I have to take the responsibility to raise that child.
Despite
if I want to stay with that woman or not, I have to take responsibility.
Very good. Wow, I'm very impressed with that one. Yes, sir.
I feel like you really wouldn't know until you're in the situation, and then when you are in it, you get very selfish. So it's all,
Selfish how?
like it's all about you. You start thinking about yourself. You don't really think about her or her feelings about it. It's like everything's selfish when you get to
what
that
you got
point.
going on as far as your degree, grades. You know,
You start thinking about everything. The kid was going to change.
See, but you're supposed to think about that prior to before you lay down without that condom on.
See, but if
That's why it becomes your responsibility.
If you're in a party,
you're
environment, you see a female, she's
Who idea was it to drink?
it was your responsibility, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So would you get an abortion or no?
I'm not a fan of abortion.
So you saying?
So your answer is no.
No.
And you said no.
But the way the law is set up,
I'm not a fan of abortion.
But
I'm not a fan of a
having a kid by a
18-year.
stranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that. But
see,
I'm not a
that's
fan
not
of
attractive
abortion.
either.
Huh?
I said that's not attractive either.
Not being a what?
What's not attractive?
Having a kid like at 21 years old.
Yeah.
So now, interesting enough, I don't know how much you guys know about the Roe versus Wade law. But since 1973, you guys weren't even born yet. The law was put in that fathers has no say when it comes to abortion. Period. So you can get with a girl and she say, I'm pregnant, but I'm gonna get rid of it. And then tomorrow she can come back and say, I changed my mind. I'm gonna fuck you over about this child for 18 years. You can even take her to court, and you have no say. My question, since then, my point I was getting to, since 1973, there's been more than 55 million documented abortion. I say that because most of the documentation comes from the low-income industry, because they go to the public clinic, which they have public record. We're going to talk about the private industry. So let's just say, for numbers' sake, the public information is 55 million babies killed. I'm going to call it what it is. And I said it on the camera, it's 55 million women killing children. My question is, if these young guys like this was involved in the conversation, would it be 110 million? Would it be less or more? If men was more involved in the decision-making process of to keep or kill a child, will that number go up or go down?
That's a tough
It
question.
would go up.
You think go up?
I believe it will go up because some people feel like their responsibility was forced upon them, but you still made the decision. But it's like you said, we were at a party, they were drinking, 10 minutes, you did that, okay, it's cool, I'm out. I don't gotta see her no more. Then she have a baby, and if it's up to that man to, do I want to keep that child? I don't even know that girl. I think a man would say no.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't. I would take responsibility.
We don't even think about it much. We might think about it like, man, she's a week pregnant.
Okay, cool.
It's not even.
A week pregnant. No, I thought you said week, W-E-A-K. You're talking about W-E-E-K.
No.
Okay, yeah.
She's
it's a new pregnancy.
Yeah.
You don't know the child. There's no relationship. Now, my question would be, from a woman's perspective, I actually said that last week. And her, the woman, she said from the moment of conception, that a woman has a uniqueness bond
Yes.
when it comes to whatever that is in their belly.
Yeah.
Even before they find out what the sex or the gender would be. Now with that, I think the emotions and everything that goes along with that, I'm not a woman so I can't speak on it, I think that would change dramatically. So you guys trying to say that 55 million could be 110, 200 million babies. Now my question is now, in 2015, should they change the law so we have something to say, even if it's not to stop the abortion, but have certain rules to say, okay, we agreed, but now you can't change your mind. If you do, now you're stuck out, one way or the other.
I feel like they should.
You think they should change the law?
You feel it should be like a two-person agreement?
It should be a two-person
That's half of
agreement.
my seed, and that's her egg.
Yeah.
Thing right there.
Interesting. And they should change it to where we at least have a say-so.
Yeah.
Men have a say-so?
Yeah.
Men have
Say so.
Yeah.
But if it's a 50-50 thing, you gotta come to an agreement, you gotta meet in the middle.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Come to agreement. Like,
See,
there
the
be a
only thing is-
predisposed time. Predisposed time as far as if you want to keep the child or not. And then they should have time to think about that. But you should probably document it and say if you wanted to keep it or not, so they can go back against their word. Like, because we'll be preparing to have the child emotionally and everything.
So you think if y'all came to an agreement, and then she reneged on that,
Yeah.
then you should be responsible.
You're responsible because you had sex with her. You're responsible from the jump.
I'm saying as far as the law goes.
Interesting. See,
I mean-
elaborate on that.
You're
Okay, so
responsible.
you would
as soon as you penetrate that woman, you're responsible for whatever goes on after that.
after that. But then you and her get together and say, you know what? Dang,
You might as
I don't
well.
even know your last name. Hell, what was your first name? And she pregnant. Say, all right, but you know what? I don't know you neither. We're gonna get rid of this. Then a month later, she said, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to keep this child. I'm gonna drop out of school and raise my kid. Should you be responsible?
Yes. Well, I can't say unfortunately, but yes, you are responsible.
Yeah,
You're still
No, no, no.
responsible.
I'm a question. You saying yes, you should be, or yes, you will take responsibility?
Oh,
Which
yeah,
one you
you're
saying?
you're responsible as a man. You're responsible.
I feel like you'd be responsible. I don't like the idea of child support.
So you have to choose between killing a
Because
child
girls-
and child support.
Girls are going straight to child support.
Right. But see,
Like-
that's why I'm getting to it. If y'all agreed to abortion the child, but then she turned around to keep it, now you stuck with 18 years of
Yeah.
child support.
Yeah.
When she all alone agreed to abort the child.
Yeah.
So you're saying, yes, I should be stuck with 18 years of child support, although you say I hate child support.
Well, I mean, how can you let a little boy walk around having a dad and not? And it's like,
Well, my son's gonna have his father either way it goes.
Man,
That's the option.
because there's too many. Y'all continue.
that's
Because it's a lot. It's a lot of people that don't have fathers, and
That's
that's why.
right.
That's why the generation that we live
Yeah,
in is
so I
the way
think,
it is today. Because they don't have guidance.
I couldn't do that.
It's interesting. But actually, it's a huge.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
I mean, I'm
very
applauding you
passionate
guys,
about
really,
this.
because I'm truth be told, I expected a different answer. I 1,000% agree with you guys. I mean, it is what it is.
It is.
I unfortunately had the privilege of experiencing an abortion when I categorically said, have the child, give it to me. You know what? I'm even going to pay to fix your body back.
Exactly. As a man should.
And she reneged on her word. And 21 weeks of pregnancy.
And she had an abortion.
Had an abortion. Now, I don't believe in karma, but that's why she had such a hell of a time afterwards.
So can you add parents into this too? I think parents got a lot to say so whether a child has an abortion.
I think, in my personal opinion, if a child is a minor, 15, 16, even 17 years old,
Because
yes, I think it should. I think we as parents should include ourselves and or take the child until he or she is of age and give it back.
Yes,
And I say that because I would want my daughter to not be there as an excuse to not finish college. I would not want my son to be a reason to hit the streets. Because that's the only other choice you're going to have. You ain't going to make enough money to take care of yourself and a child in this system.
No, not
Right.
this one.
I don't think so. But you know, I just work in it 24/7, you know. So with that being said, we're wrapping it up, and this is our 10-minute talk time. So in closing remarks, what would you say to a youngster, Spencer, who's got a baby mama, about to deal with an abortion situation, besides not have sex? He's in a situation. Tell him, what would your advice to be?
I would say be a man and take responsibility for the actions you have chosen, because the consequence is going to be a little son, little daughter, not going to live in this world that you brought in. You don't want to kill any kids.
Okay. And Jamal, you got a young lady pregnant. Now she's having a child. If she offered you the child, would you take it? And if so, what advice would you give other men who think you made a bad mistake?
I would take it. And for my advice to any young man or older man that's having a child or dealing with these problems, I would say just be a man and be responsible for your actions, because you don't want nobody walking around fatherless. You know, because people always complain about why he got his pants sagging, why she out there dressing like that. That's because they don't have fathers, they don't have guidance. So be there for that child. Be there for that person. Even if you're not the father, but just be supportive, but be some guidance, be some type of guidance.
And Dominique, I mean, you know, like you said, you met a young lady. You made a conscious decision not to wear a condom. Once you become pregnant, how do you comfort someone and tell them you're there for them, but yet still you're about to do 18 years of maintenance?
Well, I grew up without a father, so
Wow, up close and personally. Okay.
yeah. So it's a hard topic, but life is hard without a father. Like you never know what life is like with a family, and I'll never know what life is like with a family. So
Well, when you get your own family, you will.
yeah, when I get my own family, but like growing up with a mom and dad, I'll never know what that's like.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, this is Mike with What's the Verdict TV show. I had a great, fantastic conversation with you guys. In just a minute, we're going to come back, and I'm going to ask you guys the unique question: $60,000 sex. What is it? Let's do